Jimjar begins climbing down the rope. The stool. He's like, I don't like being by myself. And then they don't have wings, but they are all flying. A large contingent of drow. Ilvara, Shur, Asha, and another elite drow, and 2 other drow come flying around the side of the stalactite. Well, it looks like we have a bit of a party on our hands. Can we join?
Do we help them or do we go?
I've got the big one. You see something strange happen to Asha. You see Asha begin to struggle and moan, and this strange lump starts to grow. Her skin splits, and you see this horned head emerge from her shoulder, and then a face. Next. My master is coming.
Killing me has made him angry.
Now you'll die. And then she looks at the group, and you
can all die too. That sound of these droning flies all of a sudden fills your mind.
Oh.
All of a sudden, out of nowhere, blasts through this cavern. Good news is one of these creatures that is blasting through this cavern slams straight into Ilvara, knocking her into the stalactite. Sound becomes just overwhelming.
My head!
You feel the hand on his shoulder.
Roland, you still have to avenge me, man. Get over.
Looking over, he sees Tordik standing there.
What do you think you can quit like that, easy kill?
Then Tordik disappears. Jeff saw Tordik that time as well. Nerozi, he's been actually pulled off by a ghostly version of Enil. Nerozi is back up at 1.
What?
Nice.
The drow are no longer paying attention to any of you, so those of you on the rope make your way down without any trouble. Those of you who are not are now able to run over to the rope. You tie Calvinus and Thorin to one of the ropes. Darendil and whoever else is the strongest is going to be doing this.
Nerozi will go to Thorin and cast Healing Hands, giving him 1 hit point.
You guys tie Calvinus. Darendil, with some help, lowers him down. Nerozi gets down. Calvinus has been lowered down. And then finally, Darendil slowly begins climbing down and falls. Splashes into the water, and he goes unconscious.
Aaron will try and go and grab him.
Jeff, too. He has the bonus action to stabilize.
You see Bupido is actually already on the opposite shore, sitting there waiting for you. He looks annoyed. We have an unconscious Darendil, an unconscious Calvinus. You guys begin moving.
Fuck.
I need everybody to roll initiative again. All right, Nerozi, you see that the water itself is moving in to attack yours, or so it seems.
Using his supernatural speed, just yanks Calvinus to the shore.
The ooze surges towards Theron. Now that it's close, you can see it is indeed an ooze. And this little pseudopod lashes out. It dazes you a little bit. Then as it pulls away, you can see where it touched you begins to dissolve.
Oh shit, acid.
Thorin?
Thorin says, I fight better on land, and tries to get out of the water.
Could I do a full disengage to the shore?
Yes. Theron moves quickly but carefully towards the shore.
Roland yells out, don't let it touch you. Get to the shore as quick as you can.
You drag Darendil as far as you can. Jeff, ooze seems to be between you and the shore. What are you going to do?
Whatever gets me closest to the shore without taking an attack of opportunity.
Jeff made it there. Bupido is already there. And when you all arrive, he says, this is called Bupido's Store. I have named it after myself because I am amazing. You're welcome for my presence. Stool seems to be struggling. This water is over his head, but he manages to sort of use the current to his advantage and spin his way towards the shore. Neurosi now on this shore.
Neurosi says, "Fuck this," and grabs Calvinus and just keeps heading away from everything.
Jeff says, yeah, I like that plan. Just run.
All right, so you guys all book it away from this ooze. The ooze doesn't seem too keen on getting out of the water. Gets to the shore, but once its whole body is sort of out of the water, it sort of changes its mind and slurps back into the water. Shushtar guides you towards the northwest passage. You all running into the caves of the Underdark. As the elves are fighting these demons and currently too busy to pay any attention to you, hurtling out of the sky like a missile is one of these demons, and he crashes into the ground directly in front of you. And it's not one of the flies. He looks battered and beaten from his battle, but he hauls himself to his feet and lets out a screech. And inky black feathers over a sort of mangy, grayish, huge, scaly skinned body. He's got a very large, very ragged, sharp beak. In fact, the top of it has been snapped off. Like you can see the little tongue flicking out from the bottom bit. He's got beady red eyes, and he lets off this shriek that makes you want to wet your pants. And as he pulls himself to his feet, he stands a full 10 feet tall, and his wingspan almost fills the cavern. Rushes up to Neurosi and slashes out with his talons. 13 slashing damage. Elvinus is still unconscious, so he drops Neurosi, steps over him, and plays into Jimjar, lashing out with his beak, reaching down to the side of his head into the neck, taking a huge chunk of flesh out and flipping it back into the back of his throat. The only reason this didn't kill Jimjar is because he was missing half of the top part of his beak. Theron, now it's your turn. You fling out with some acid, but he pulls a wing over his face and it splashes harmlessly against his feathers. Bupido says, for those of you who do not know, Bupido will tell you that this is a Vrock. Vrocks are demons. You are welcome.
Roland rushes in and attacks.
The creature dodges out of the way of Roland's katana as he slashes out.
Oh, he's quick.
Thorin is going to cast Cure Wounds on himself. Turns his club into a magic stick.
Neurosi is unconscious, so I need to do death save.
Do death save.
Do death save. Let's poop it out and see what happens. Oh no.
That counts as 2 failures.
Shit.
Neurosi shits himself laying there. He looks like he's almost gonna die.
Jeff sees Neurosi shit himself. Spare the dying as a bonus action to stabilize him.
All right, so you run over to Neurosi, play a hand on him. He breathes a little easier.
Also cast Toll the Dead on this demon.
The demon shrugs off your attack.
Jeff says, you guys really need to stop getting knocked unconscious and shitting yourselves.
Jimjar his sword straight into the jugular of this creature, and it comes out the top of his head. And as he pulls it out, it dies. And then as soon as he does that, Jimjar says, let's go! And begins booking it down the cavern.
Everybody follows.
Everybody follows him. Some of you are being carried. You are now running through the Underdark.